Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the LinguaLink podcast. I'm Aryan, and today we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating intersection of linguistics, neurodiversity, and AI. Specifically, we'll be discussing how neurodivergent individuals can process complex information and how advanced sentence simplification techniques can help make communication more accessible. Now, information processing is something we do constantly, whether we're reading, listening, or responding to conversations. However, not everyone processes information in the same way. Neurodivergent individuals, specifically those with autism, ADHD, or dyslexia, may have some unique challenges when faced with large amounts of text or spoken language. Some individuals may struggle to break down long and complicated sentences, while others might process too much at once, leading to something called cognitive overload. This is where the field of sentence simplification comes into play. For neurodivergent individuals, processing complex syntax, embedded clauses, and figurative language can create barriers to understanding. Let's take this sentence for example. Despite the fact that the study's results were inconclusive, researchers who had previously hypothesized a correlation between linguistic complexity and cognitive load suggested that further research be conducted in a more controlled setting. This sentence could be difficult to process for a number of reasons. It contains multiple clauses, uses formal language and passive voice, as well as containing abstract phrasing, which requires prior knowledge. Now, applying some syntactical and lexical simplification techniques, we can make this more digestible with the sentence, Since the study's results were unclear, researchers suggested doing more research in a controlled setting. They previously believed that complex sentences increase mental effort. This simplified version uses shorter sentences, active voice, and direct vocabulary, making it easier to process while maintaining much of the original meaning. Now, let's explore some key techniques used in language simplification, particularly in computational linguistics and natural language processing. First, let's go into lexical simplification. This involves replacing difficult words with easier alternatives. For example, the physician conducted a comprehensive examination would be replaced with the doctor did a full checkup. In NLP, lexical simplification is often implemented using word embeddings and semantic similarity models to find the easiest possible word while preserving meaning. If you remember our example, the word physician got replaced with doctor and comprehensive examination with checkup. These mean more or less the same thing, however, doctor and checkup are easier to understand. Okay, next, syntactic simplification. This technique restructures long or complex sentences into shorter ones. For example, after completing the project, the team, which consisted of 5 members, presented their findings to the board. This can be simplified to, and the 5-member team completed the project, then they presented their findings to the board. Dependency parsing and constituent parsing are NLP methods used to identify complex sentences and split them into simpler components, essentially reordering the sentence in order to make it easier to understand. Okay, another thing we can do is eliminating redundancies and ambiguities. Many sentences contain unnecessary words that can be removed for clarity. For example, we take the sentence, the reason why she left the company was because she found a better opportunity elsewhere. Can be shortened and simplified to she left the company for a better opportunity. AI-based models, like transformer networks, such as GPT and BERT, are trained to detect redundancy phrases and suggest concise alternative. Another thing we can do is rearranging clause order for clarity. Sometimes flipping the order of clauses makes a sentence easier to process. For example, if we take the sentence, although the professor was late, the students continued their discussion. This can be simplified to, the students continued their discussion even though the professor was late. NLP algorithms use sentence recording and reordering models to determine the most logical order for comprehension. Okay, so let's look at some computational approaches to simplification. Recent advancements in NLP have made automated sentence simplification possible, and some key technologies are the following: rule-based simplification systems, machine learning models, and hybrid models. Let's go through each of them individually. Rule-based simplification systems are systems that use predefined grammar rules to identify complex sentences and simplify them. While these are effective for basic sentence transformations, rule-based systems often struggle with context. Machine learning models, such as neural networks, especially transformer-based models like BERT, T5, and GPT, have significantly improved text simplification by learning from vast datasets. These models analyze sentence complexity and generate simplified versions while maintaining the original meaning. Hybrid models use some AI-powered simplification tools and in combination with rule-based approaches to improve accuracy and usability. These models can adapt to different user needs, making them particularly useful in the neurodivergent use case, which may require varying levels of simplification. This matters because for many neurodivergent people, sentence simplification isn't just about making things easier, it's about making it accessible. Whether it's reading academic articles, following workplace instructions, engaging in daily conversations, having access to clear language improves comprehension, reduces anxiety, and fosters greater independence. At LinguaLink, we're actively exploring how computational linguistics and AI-driven simplification tools can be utilized to help neurodivergent individuals navigate complex language. We're creating an app that automatically simplifies dense text into digestible language, tailoring its output to a person's specific needs. With NLP technology, we can develop real-time sentence simplification tools to assist neurodivergent individuals in school, work, and social interactions. In closing, language is one of the most complex and powerful tools we have for communication. But it can also, because of this complexity, it can also create barriers. By applying both linguistic techniques and AI-driven solutions, we can bridge these gaps and ensure that information is accessible to everyone. Whether it's through breaking complex sentences down, simplifying vocabulary, developing assistive technology, we have the ability and the opportunity to make communication clearer and more inclusive. Thank you for joining me today on the LinguaLink podcast. If you found this discussion helpful, I encourage you to share it with others. And as always, if you want to read more about sentence simplification and its impact on the neurodivergent community, and check out our blog at LinguaLink-WA.org, link in the description. And until next time, let's keep working toward a world where communication is accessible for everyone. And take care.